Hi, I'm Todd. Welcome to my shop. Today's project had a few technical issues. My lathe camera died right at the start, but this Ambrosia maple blank, it's also known as wormy maple, was just too good to not show. Those streaks come from a beetle tunneling into the tree. They make every piece unique. Let's get into it. Here we go. We're mounted in the lathe. Turning them free. Not quite centered. I'm not sure how I did that. I'm going to take some of that wobble out of this. Very slow. I'm finally getting the bowl to turn true. I'm getting rid of most of the flat spots. I've got a true round bowl now, and I can get a good line and I can get a clean cut. Now that the sides are trued up, I'm going to true up the bottom. First, I'm just going to make it flat to a flat surface, and then I will cut the foot out from the bottom. Off camera, I marked the size of the foot that fits my large chuck. The foot will be about 3/8 of an inch deep, or roughly 10 millimeters, and the rest of the bottom will taper gently from the foot to the outside edge. I have trouble with that pull cut, and I was happy this project gave me a lot of opportunities to practice it. With the carbide, I can really get in there and square the foot right up to my line so that I know I'll fit my chuck. I hollow out the inside of the foot so I have a rim, then I have a place where I can sign it or eventually put a medallion. Switching out to the actual scraper now to clean the bottom up and starting to work on that shape a little more. Back to working the outside edge. I want a little bit of a flare on the outer edge, then I want to come underneath and meet the foot. So first I'm going to work that diameter where I want it, then I'm going to smooth everything out. I've got some end grain tear out, so I'm going to stabilize that with some CA glue, and I always wear a rubber gloves when I put CA glue on because I hate it when I get CA glue on my fingers. And finally, hit it with some accelerator. Using the bowl gouge as a scraper to get the rest of that CA glue off and to smooth out that curve. I switched to the curved tool rest so I can get a nice even curve on the edge of that bowl. And finally, clean up the edge of that foot where there's a little bit of CA glue in there. Sanding time, 120 to 600 grit. Actually, I think we went to 800 grit. And then we'll go to the axe finishing system where we start with the tung oil, then we move on to the abrasive paste, and then the wax. For the final coat for the outside, we go to the polishing wax. Okay, with the bottom done, we're going to take it out of the worm chuck. Unscrew it. And there we have the other side. Not finished. In the back. The size of the foot is exactly the right size for that chuck, so I won't leave a mark, but just in case, I always add a paper towel to make sure I give a little extra safety. Now I start hollowing. This is going to go pretty fast. The majority of the bowl is done. I just need to remove everything inside that's not a bowl. And here I do that pole cut again, getting a little nervous, don't want to risk a catch, so I'm a little reluctant to do it. I've got cameras behind me, so I really can't tuck the tool out onto my side. Because of that, sometimes I fall off the line. Getting rid of that nub in the middle. You still see the hole there where I had the worm screw attached, but that's all going to go away shortly. Switching out to the scraper, cleaning everything up. I want to be certain I have a nice flat bottom. Switching out to the bowl gouge gives me just a little bit better cut. I had some ridges I needed to get rid of in the bottom. And I'm going to go with the negative rake scraper for the final finish. And on to sanding. We're going to go from 120 to 800 grit. I like this clip. You can see the dust collector pulling the dust. Kind of comes off the sander, hangs in the air, and the dust collector grabs it and pulls it right in. Once again, I'm going to use the axe system, starting with tongue oil, abrasive paste, and then the wax. There we go, this one's in the books. Ambrosia maple. Nice little quick project for a cold and very, very cold Friday morning. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel.